situation where we had both the transition pilot program and the year 2 initiative program. And so we're going to just talk about some of the highlights of our transition pilot program, and then later on today we'll talk more.
So you're going to see one slide, and please kind of just pick and choose on what slides, because I didn't want to make 2 separate slides and talk about 2 things in one day. So we've omitted or like hid some of the slides that you'll hear on this afternoon, and we're only going to talk about the ones that deals with that C5 today. All right. So our 4th year transition pilot initiative is that it's been very rewarding for us special education teachers to put this in a nutshell, and the reason why we're all here is to make kids aware of what's in their backyard. They don't have to go 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 hours away to receive some type of college or get a certificate or get a degree to be able to work. So that's the big thing that we get from this transition is just making sure that these kids understand. The one big word that sums up everything is opportunity. They need to know the opportunity that's available to them, because this is my 2nd year, and with juniors and seniors, I spent my first 14 years with 7th and 8th grade. And when I went into post-secondary education, I thought that I knew what was available to these kids in our area. I soon realized that I did not know everything that was available to them. So I thank the Dr. Hayton for allowing me to educate me so I can educate them.
Yeah, absolutely. Go ahead.
This, like you all, this is a trip that we took, and I think one of the things for me is always getting to see how close this is to their home, and they're able to go to it and talk to these people that are in the field and that they're interested in, and I think that's very important and something very, very rewarding for us is to see them go to a campus and get to experience what they could have after graduating from us.
If you can see this little love right here, she's just happy to get out of school.
You know, the thing that I'll say about this picture too is the smiles are genuine. I don't know if you all see that as well, but when we go and visit college campuses, our kids are really excited about it, and they want to see what's available for them. You know, we've got kids with different ability levels, different cognitive levels even, that are going to all have opportunities here to study things that will get them on a career path, which is huge. And for many years, like what we all have discussed, and again, I think it was Mr. Isaacs that said it a little while ago, generational learned helplessness is a real thing. And so making sure that kids are aware of what's available is a huge piece to what we can do and what we can offer our students. Now, again, we've got several different pictures, and again, a little disjointed, so we apologize for that. But these are some of the different things that we did on our campus. It's very similar, it sounds like, to what you guys have been doing. And KVEC does great work with Bernadette and Brana coming out. Dr. Caton did that before as well. And so we're just thankful that we get to be a part of some really great STEM programs. That's what I consider it as science, technology, engineering, and math programs, and that's a big deal. So this is dealing with my students. I'm the low incidence teacher at Pikeville, and so we took a tour of Carl D. Perkins. That's been a big piece to my transition component since I've been the teacher at Pikeville. High school, before that I was in elementary, so again, I'm learning on the job as well. But Carl D. Perkins, going, and I hope that all of you all take that time too, because being on campus and seeing the students actually working on campus it's an eye-opener for our students, because they see students that are very similar to them, that have the same ability levels, that are learning some really great skills that are going to translate into job opportunities later down the road.
And the eye-opening thing to me is a lot of people think Carl D is just for low incidence, and it is not. There's so many programs, the L program, the AIR program, the forklift program that you see people we're doing at Lowe's and Home Depot.
And they also have a partnership with Big Sandy to where the students can have a dorm at Carl D. Perkins,
yes,
learn skills during the day, and then also take classes at Big Sandy, which is, again, a huge program for our students. What we've run into, and I don't know if you all have run into it or not, but we have a big transportation problem in Pikeville. And I'm gonna assume that if in Pikeville we have that problem, that you guys in more rural areas than even Pikeville are having those same problems. We've got kids that can't drive who want to go to college but can't get there. And so Carl D. Perkins offers that ability to be able to transport them to and from the big Sandy campuses, which is a really, really great program for our students.
These are our snack circuits that Bernie would come and did with us. This was showing pictures from freshmen all the way up to our seniors. They really, really enjoyed using the phones and making the cars move and lighting up the light bulbs, making fans work off electricity. So this is something that our kids really, really look forward to each and every year.
And these two right here are some of my students, and like somebody else said earlier in the presentation, when they come to school, they don't want to do school. They're there for the social, and they want to get hands-on. So when they come and do stuff like this, I mean, these guys usually they're probably asleep, but they're sitting here asking her to explain to them what they need to do, and I mean, I think it's cool to watch, see them in a different light.
So this is one of our VR headset activities. I think this is one of Nathan's juniors or seniors.
She just did and she's very shy, believe it or not. But on this day she was not. It really shocked me that she actually went up and actually participated. This is our JAG program that we do, and actually this slide will go for both our Year 2 and our Teen Pilot. Our JAG program, which consists of regular and special education students, this is actually one of my students sitting with me at a table working the station. And they bring classes into the gym and they give them a baby stuck on a Post-it card. Now some people have more than one child, others have 2, 3, 4, maybe up to 5 and 6. They're given a job, they have a salary, and they have to go around to each table. They have to buy a car and get car insurance. They have to get medical insurance. They have to buy groceries. They have to pay electric bill, water bill, garbage bill. And then all of a sudden, when they're just out going to these different stations, over the speaker, a crying baby will start crying. So they have to stop everything that they're doing, and they got to go take care of their child support and things like that. But then they've got to remember to come back and make sure they visit the table that they didn't quite finish. If I came up to a table and I lay my baby down, and then I leave my baby, I will scream neglect. And the police officer will come over and they'll take them to jail. So, and then somebody, one of their friends, have got to come and use the money that they have to get them out of jail. So it's a real life experience that our kids love, and this is our SRO who takes them to jail.
So some really great experience that comes out of this reality story that I always like to share is, number one, after every time, most of the kids say, I don't want no kids after that. That's the first thing they say. And then the second is this real life? That's the question that they ask. Is this how it really is? And I have to say, honey, it don't stop. This is life. This is how it works. You have responsibilities, especially when you bring a child into the world. You've got to take care of your responsibilities and do what you're called to do. So
this child right here had no idea she'd helped me that day. I had a helper who had to go somewhere, and math is her beast. It scares her absolutely to death. She is my kid that is defeated every single time you start a new subject. And after about 6 repetitious problems, she starts teaching me. So I got her in here and she dealt with money that day, and she did absolutely phenomenal. This is another part of our JAG program. Police officers, you see them on TV, they'll go out and they'll get gifts for children. They bring those gifts back to our JAG program and we wrap those gifts for them.
Yes. Also, we did care packages, and we use that as a way to include the low incidence students. And we actually we were the ones who went to the police station and we visited the police officers, and they were so kind to my kids, number one, but also it gave them exposure to one of those needed services that they may have to have one day. And so getting those, again, those types of authentic relationship pieces for our low incidence students is such a huge part of what transition can be. And so we're very thankful for that.
And something we do every single day, the JAG program does is, you see these boxes right here. So if you don't like what the school's serving that day, they do code lunches, and you go up and there are different things in them every single day. And they go out and fill them up for the lunch ladies. And this is actually one of my students right here. And just to see him, I mean, working with other students that's not in our program in special education is very cool because he's very quiet and he doesn't really like to socialize. So seeing him out here doing things for his school, I think means a lot for him.
This is just us shucking corn.
Shucking corn.
Shucking corn. This what is in preparation of a lunch that we're getting ready to serve during Hibla Days. It was kind of like a trial to see how they liked it, so I think it went well, so we're probably getting ready to do it again. 2 ways that we satisfy our ILPs is using a program called ACE. Some of y'all may have heard of that. Some of you actually may use that. We've been using that for a couple of years now. And then Dr. Caton was nice enough to introduce us to the Conover program. I actually use the ACE program with all of my juniors, and I actually use the Conover program with all of my seniors. I really like the interest inventory of the Conover much better than I do the ACE program. The ACE program has a little more the graphs and things like that I may like a little bit better. I wish we could mesh the two because there's things on both of them that we like. So the college planning on the ACEs, they can actually go in and find the career that they're interested in. It will find the colleges that give those careers, and it'll tell you the tuition, the students per class, how much the cost of the meal plan is, like everything along those lines. I feel like the Conover is more student friendly, and you actually get more student driven information from the Conover than you do the ACE.
And I'll interject on the Conover as well. I used it for a career interest inventory, but I also used it for daily living skills. I know that Sarah and I talked about how the Conover is great for that, giving kids some of those transition skills that they may not be able to get outside of the traditional, actually inside of a traditional classroom. You got to really kind of look for some of those things, and Conover put them all together. It's really helpful.
You're at the 2-minute mark.
These are the ACT materials that we used to build up our ACT. Go on next time. This is pictures after we do our ACT boot camps, and they take their ACT, we reward them on good faith effort. So this is a trip to Getty's. This is just four of my seniors. As you can tell, the material, we're either up above 1 or 2 or down below 1 or 2 or staying the same. So there's not a lot of fluctuation with our ACT. So that's great in my mind for my kids, because I'd rather see either staying or going instead of dropping way low. Our Coyote exam, I think everybody's passed that except one, and that makes sure that we do not take any remedial math classes. They can go straight into college algebra.
Yeah, that's a big deal. That's a big deal.
Yeah,
Did you have any?
so-
Oh, I'm sorry.
Oh, it's okay. Go ahead, Will.
Okay, GPA. No, go. This is
I
really
wanted to
good.
get to the GPA.
Yeah,
Go
definitely.
ahead.
Is it strong?
So this is a good representation of kids that are in our programs compared to kids that decided not to be a part of the transition pilot program or the year 2 initiative. And if you see, especially in our 10th and 11th grade, the kids that don't want to be in it, because we offer them that choice, just being completely transparent, you see a dramatic increase in GPA once they get involved in the programs. And what that's showing me is that the good work that we're doing with these programs, it matters. And it's showing almost a full point of a GPA in the sophomore year. And then in their junior year, you can see that it's going about 3/4 of a point. And then finally, when they're seniors, they recognize, oh, I need this stuff. I need it. And so it evens out. But see, the thing about it is what you all have seen too, as well as what we've seen, is that the earlier you get these students exposed to what's out there and what's available for them, the better they're going to do, the better they're going to perform, because we know that once they see that it's achievable, they want it. They want the good things that are out there. So we just have to expose them.
And I think one thing for me, because I work with 9th and 10th graders, when you sit in a meeting and you ask them what they want to do, I don't know. I mean, that's the first response. So, I mean, they're probably not taking these opportunities like we go to. They're not thinking about it like a junior or senior, someone's getting ready to graduate, is thinking about, I gotta get my stuff together because I'm going out in the real world. So our kids are thinking, well, my kids, 9th and 10th graders, are thinking, I got more time to figure things out. So introducing them at an early age, like 9th and 10th grade, I think is very important, because they got to know they have goals, and throughout high school, they have chances to achieve those goals.
That's pretty much what we just talked about. That's the upward trend where from the 8th grade year all the way up to the junior year, senior year. You can see that it's a positive growth trend line. And another big thing that I want to say is all of our seniors have completed their FAFSA. All of our seniors have applied for at least one college scholarship and received it. All of our seniors have been accepted to Big Sandy Community Technical College, and I've got one that's been accepted to the UPike. And Big Sandy Community Technical College at Pikeville, there's a lady by the name of Patricia Kidd. I don't know if y'all know her or not, but once the students get their FAFSA side done, then the parent has to do theirs. And any of my parents that struggle with that, I can make one email. She reaches out to them. They go over around 4 o'clock, and by 4:30, all the FAFSA's done.
I wanted to share one other thing too. It dealt with the coyote. I know you were, Dr. Cates, and you were wanting to talk about that, and I wanted to share something about it as well. Again, Nathan and I and Dylan, we all work really closely together because it's a small school. We've got 23 kids in our program. That's what we've got. And so we all kind of work together. And that coyote is a huge component for kids who have difficulty with ACT. We have kids that want to be teachers in our special ed program. We've got kids that want to be nurses in our special ed program who can't necessarily always reach that ACT number to be able to do it at college. But the coyote gives them an alternate path. And so because we have 100% passing rate on the coyote, those kids are now going to be able to achieve their dream of being able to be a teacher or be a nurse. And that is again, generationally changing things.
Which that's taking that thing 2 or 3 times. It don't happen in one time. Sometimes it's 3 or 4 times, but
we get them.
we get them.